Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall, room 3315. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how the basic audio-video technology works in here. This is one of our rooms that is equipped with a Geffen HD recorder for some lecture capture options. This video is not going to cover the use of this unit, so if you are looking for instruction on that, please check the ATS website or give a call to Academic Technology Services to get more specific information on the lecture capture in this room. The basic information, we're going to start here with our touch panel that's on the teacher station. It's going to control just about everything we need. We're at the start page. When I hit this button, it says press here to begin. It gives me the option of whether or not I want to power up the projector. I'll go ahead and hit yes. That's going to power on the projector in the middle of the room, and it's going to bring the screen down for us. That whole process takes just over a minute, and so while that's happening, we're going to get a screen here that says please wait. We'll know everything's ready to go when it changes to our main screen. But we can talk about the lighting presets while we're waiting. There's 5 different light presets. There's lights all on, 2 lecture presets, one that uses the whiteboard lights and one that doesn't, a theater preset, and a lights all off button. Those 5 presets can also be accessed over here on the wall. There are 5 buttons there that correspond with the 5 presets. And there's a main on and off switch at both of the doors as you come in. Another feature that we have here in the room is our wireless microphone. On the top of the wireless microphone here is an on-off switch. I'll go ahead and click that on. That's going to power on the wireless microphone for us. And then anything I say into the microphone is going to be reinforced in the speakers throughout the room. Now, if I needed to adjust the level of the volume of this microphone, I would go into the audio control button that is on our touch panel, and that should be ready for us in just a second. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a wireless microphone setting in there, and we're going to turn it up or turn it down, or we can mute it. So right over here, now that we're on the main page, there's that audio control button, and our wireless microphone is on the left there. Once I get it set to the level I want, I click back, and then I'm back into my normal settings. When I'm all done with the wireless microphone, I want to make sure and click it off, because if we leave it on, even if you're not using it, the battery will completely drain. So we need to make sure and click it off when we're not using it. Okay, so now we can talk about how we're going to get an image up on the screen in the front of the class. Up here at the top on our main page is our source select row. Anything that's highlighted here is what is going to be shown on the screen and what's going to be heard over the speakers. Right now, PC is selected, so the PC is going to show up on the main screen for us. So if you look up on the main screen, you'll see that the PC shows up. Now, right now, the PC is already logged into, but you'll need to log in using your own identity when you come into the room. The username will be the first part of your UWL email address, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID. So make sure you log in when you come in, and you log off when you're all done. The next thing that we have on our source select row here is our 2 laptop options. We have our laptop and our digital or our HDMI laptop connection. And everything we need to make those connections is right over here in the teacher station. There's even a power supply down in there, so you can plug your laptop right in. You don't have to rely on the battery. We have our HDMI cable and our VGA cable. My laptop is going to use we'll go ahead and set up the VGA cable. And so I pull it right out of there, and I'm going to plug it into the VGA port on my laptop. And I'm going to take the audio cable and I'm going to plug it into the headphone jack on my laptop. And then I'm all ready to go. So then I come over to the touch panel and I hit the button labeled laptop, and then my laptop should show up on the screen. Now my laptop did show up for us, but a quick note is if your laptop doesn't show up, it's probably because your laptop isn't in the correct mode. The way you're going to get it in the correct mode is either to go to your control panel, or on a Windows keyboard there's a shortcut if you hold down the function key and then hit the F8 key. Most computers are going to bring up a little menu there, and you'll choose the duplicate mode, or it's going to scroll through those automatically. The next thing on our list here is our Blu-ray selection. And when I hit that Blu-ray button, it's going to bring up the sub-menu there that allows us to control our DVD player. The play and the stop are on the left. Our navigation controls and our menus are on the right. There's a full screen video button there that allows us to preview what's going on. I can click back to get back to where we were. The Blu-ray player is located right underneath the teacher station on the right-hand side. You can use the front panel as well. You can also use your regular DVDs or your CDs in there. It doesn't have to be a Blu-ray disc in order to play in the Blu-ray player. And while we're talking about the Blu-ray, we might as well mention the volume as well. The volume control is located right at the bottom of the touch screen here. There's a little knob that adjusts the volume up and down. And a quick note is that the only volume that you will hear, other than the wireless microphone will always be on, the only thing you're going to hear is whatever is selected. So right now we would hear what's coming out of the Blu-ray and the Blu-ray only. If we wanted to hear something from the PC, we would have to select PC, and then the volume would control what's coming from the PC. Next on our list is the document camera. It's on the right-hand side of the teacher station. Power button's in the back. Press the power button. The light blinks when it's a solid green. The document camera is ready to go. Our advanced features are up here by the camera. I can zoom in and out using the zoom wheel. There's an auto and a manual focus and some other options there that you're welcome to use. After the document camera is powered up, I can come to the touch panel, hit the button labeled Doc Cam. And then, like with all of our sources, it does take 2 or 3 seconds for everything to sync up. And then once it does, anything I do on the document camera is going to show up on the screen for us. The last button that we'll talk about on our source select row is our auxiliary button. When I press the auxiliary button, I'm going to get a sub-menu there asking if I want to use S-video or composite video. And those connections are once again down in this cable cubby. They're right over here. Both video sources share the audio, so you'll always plug your audio into the audio jacks. But there's S-video and composite video. And what those would be used for is if you had a video camera you wanted to bring in, or your iPod or something like that, something that you wanted to either hear or see in our system, you could plug them into our connections and choose the auxiliary button, and then you'd be able to see and hear what you're controlling. On the left-hand side of our touch panel, we have some buttons that we can use. There's a projector power button that will power off the projector. If for some reason you want to completely power it off without powering the system down. More likely, you're going to use the video mute button, and what that will do is just send a black screen or mute the video without powering anything down. And that can definitely be used in conjunction with the screen up and screen down button. If you mute the video of the projector and then put the screen up, then you're able to use the whiteboard, and you can draw whatever you want on the whiteboard and make your notes without powering the system down, so that you don't have to wait a full minute while the system powers down and then another minute while the system powers up just because you want to write something on the whiteboard. So then you would unmute the video and put the screen back down when you're ready to go. There's a mute microphones button there, and the bottom one is the help button. When I hit the help button, that's important because it's going to bring up the name and phone numbers of a couple members of our academic technology services staff, and these numbers are what you would call if you ever had problems during a class, or if you ever had questions or concerns about what this classroom can do. I'll hit the OK button there. That gets me back to my main screen. And in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a red button that says System Off. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And then when I hit this Power Down button, I can cancel if I've accidentally hit it. When I hit the Power Down button, it's going to power off the projector, which is important, so that we save the life of the projector bulb. And it's going to put the screen up for us to put the room back into its booted down state. So I'm going to remind you one more time that if you have any questions or concerns, please contact Academic Technology Services, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.